In our parasha, Aaron is invited back into God's presence, back into the Holy of Holies, specifically after the tragic loss of his two sons. Aaron's instructions to enter the Holy of Holies includes a vague requirement. Aaron must enter with this, bazot. Though a simple reading of the text, which appears in Vayikra in Leviticus 16 verse 3, makes it clear that this refers to the sin offering and the burnt offering described at the end of that very verse, our beloved rabbis chose to make a connection between the dis, bazot, appearing in our parasha, and several other occurrences of the word dis appearing elsewhere in the Tanakh. Here are a number of examples. Bazot, bizchut HaTorah. This refers to the merit of the Torah because in Deuteronomy it says, Vezot HaTorah, and this is the Torah. Bizchut Milah, no, it's with the merit of the covenant, because in the book of Isaiah it says, Zot Briti, this is my covenant. It could be Bizchut Shabbat, through the merit of Shabbat, because Isaiah describes Shabbat as Achrei-Enosh Yaseh Zot. Blessed, happy, joyful is the person who observes this, referring to Shabbat. It could also be Bizchut Yerushalayim, in the merit of Jerusalem, because Ezekiel refers to Jerusalem saying, Zot Yerushalayim, this is Jerusalem. In the book of Genesis, it says, Vezot asher diber lahem aviem, referring to Jacob speaking to the tribes. It says, Vezot, and this. So the this refers to the merit of the tribes. But in the book of Deuteronomy, Zot refers to Judah, Vezot leYehuda. It could also be Zot referring to all of Israel, because in the Song of Songs, celebrating Israel, describing it, it says, Zot komatech, this is your stature. And then we get a whole different set of categories. Zot could be bizchut truma, through the merits of the truma offerings to the tabernacle, Vezot hatruma from Exodus 25. Bizchut ha'ma'asrot, no, it's because of the tithes given to vulnerable parts and segments of society, because in Melachi, God says, in reference to the tithes that were being given to the treasury, Ubechoneni na bazot, when I am and you test me now therewith. And finally, bizchut korbanot, no, it's through the sacrifices, referring back to our parasha and Aaron bringing the sacrifices as he enters the Holy of Holies. According to this midrash, Aaron was commanded to enter the Holy of Holies while holding on to either Torah, which is symbolic of ultimate meaning in our connection to the insights given to us from generation to generation, going back to Sinai. It could be the covenant, which is our historical connection. It could be Shabbat, sacred time in our observance of the Sabbath. Jerusalem, our sense of connection to land, to tribes, to family, or our connection to leadership of our nation or peoplehood itself. Zot referring to Israel. Or it could be to a category of giving, our connection to the temple or our synagogue through truma or tithe, our giving to charity or to the needy, or just a general sense of giving, of sacrifices, korbanot. Aaron, who must have lost his sense of connection while encountering and struggling with personal tragedy, the loss of his two sons, was invited to reconnect by being offered multiple entry points. If you're not connecting to God, then connect through the Torah. If you're not connecting to Torah, then connect to Jewish history. If you're not connecting through Jewish history, then connect through the Shabbat, or through a sense of belonging to a land, a family, or a people, or connect through giving to your community, or to those in need, or by making any form of sacrifice. According to the rabbis, Aaron's invitation to enter with this bazot is an open-ended invitation to find his own way back in, after feeling spiritually distant from God in the face of tragedy. In Psalm 27, Tehillim Perek Kaf Zayin, we read, Im tachaneh alai machaneh lo ira libi, im takum alai milchama, bazot ani boteach. If a camp encamps against me, my heart shall not fear. If a war should rise up against me, in this I trust. Bazot. During this time of crisis, in what do you place your trust? What is the this that allows you to feel connected despite everything that is currently challenging in your life? May we each find our bazot, our sense of connection, the thing that we can hold on to as we find and struggle to find our way back into connection with the Holy One, even during this crisis. May it be so. Shabbat Shalom.